Hey everyone, Steve here from 11ish, a channel where we talk about lucrative investment strategies and opportunities. And if you guys invested in Zoom when I suggested it, then congratulations on making what I like to trademark for a shit ton. I mean, I knew it was going to be good, but this is out of the park, insanely ludicrous, freaking amazing good. In this video, we're going to talk about what I'm going to do with my stake in Zoom, share with you my rationale so that you can get an idea and see how it might apply to your own portfolio. If this is the type of content you've been looking for, please hit that like button and let's get started. First and foremost, I saw a slew of indicators that demonstrated to me this was going to be a huge growth potential. For example, Google and Microsoft's earnings report, they talked about their video conferencing aspect of the business and how they are performing. This gave me a sense that Zoom was going to perform well as well. Back in the days when I used to have more balls, I used to do options trading with the same strategy. For example, Android versus iOS. Similarly, ad space, right? Facebook's performance in ad will give me an indication about Google's performance in ad. Now, a lot of these companies have an overlap in earnings dates. It's harder for you to do this kind of play, but it's a completely legitimate strategy that I recommend to all of you guys to take a look or utilize. No one could have predicted this much growth out of a company. This is basically like Series A startup, like just new to the market and found the perfect market fit type of growth. And that is insane. This is what attracts a shit ton of VC money. And for that reason, I'm expecting like Warren Buffett kind of money going into Zoom in the coming months. One of the members from the 11ish Collective suggested that Zoom is creating a cult following. I mean, in the beginning I was skeptical, but the numbers don't lie. If you have mythical-like growth, if you have a leadership that is well-liked and executing beyond people's expectations, and then you have a legitimate growth strategy that helps make the world better, which absolutely is what Zoom is, I think this company is going to become a mythical status that has a cult-like following. Now I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do next. In order for me to do that, I have to give you a little context. Any company that I trade on in terms of speculation, where I think I'm going to make money off of the next 3 to 6 months, that's in my swing account, and which is actually my Roth IRA. Because this way, when I trade and sell within a year, I'm not going to get taxed on it. My long-term account is my regular account, and in that account, I'm expecting to hold my stocks for longer than a year. And this way, unless some incredible growth happens, I hold my stocks and only will get charged for long-term capital gain tax. So that's my setup. And the reason why I say this is because I basically put a little bit over 100 G's into Zoom in my swing account. This locks up a lot of my liquidity, and I want to create some adjustments, some flexibility so that I can continue to make speculative swing trades while still holding on to Zoom, because this stock, I want to keep holding on to it, right? My original thought was to trade Zoom like Peloton. Basically, I had a feeling they were going to do well on their earnings. I'm going to sell my entire stake, and then I'm going to swing trade on the ups and downs for the next 3 months, and then I'm going to reevaluate on the next earnings. But this company has blew it out of the park so hard that I have to reevaluate my strategy. The first part is that I'm expecting a certain amount of people to have bought Zoom with options, which means that they're basically going to have to sell, and that will cause a certain amount of adjustment. And for that reason, I'm incentivized to actually sell a little bit and then perhaps buy back in. And because I have the intention of holding on to Zoom for the long term, and I'm expecting still a reasonable amount of gains in the short term, I'm going to sell about 50-60 grand in stake out of my Roth IRA, and I'm going to wait a little bit and buy it back in my regular long-term investment account. This way, if the adjustment happens hotter than I expected, then I can sell my long-term stake for a tax deduction from that loss, right? And in my swing account, I will continue to hold on to what is now 150 G's, and then I have an extra 50 G's in flexibility. Especially when COVID is nowhere near in sight, and every time a major university opens, we see more cases, right? Alabama was a perfect example. So I think Zoom is going to continue to kill it. They're going to kill it so fajita hard. I am so excited for my gain, and I'm so excited for their business and all of the people on their team working so hard to make this happen for all of us. Remote education is the future. Remote conferencing is a huge part of that future. And I'm really, really glad that they're around for us as an investment opportunity and also for us to be better connected, to better educated, so that we can all move forward as a society. And by the way, if you're interested in what my future trades are, please spank that subscribe button so that you can be kept in the loop. I don't expect to be consistently making killings like this, but my 11ish approach in investing has been pretty consistent. And this is why I like to share this with the community, grow the community together so that you guys can have what I didn't have, where I had to trial and error to get where I am today, right? I want to build this community so that we can all make money together, share ideas together, be positive together so that we can all grow our portfolio and our knowledge base together. All right, guys, thanks for watching. This is all I had to say, and I look forward to working with you next time. Thank you.